it's Carolyn and Michelle, aka LA Triathlete and Fuel My Run, and we're going off course.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh my God. We're up and running, baby. Let's go.
Party animal.
Let's go. You know, I look crazy. I look so tired.
No, you don't look crazy. And you have the swimmer's bun going, as we all know.
I do. I haven't showered yet. I still have to do my run.
Delicious.
And then
define haven't showered, because some people shower twice a day, and that's crazy.
you know what, honestly, usually I do. Like, but I have to run and
You
swim.
have to.
I have to. Usually
You work out 20 times a day. So
exactly.
Like, you know.
So usually like I'll swim in the morning and then shower after that and then shower again, like my body after I run. But with the wedding last night, I slept in. And so I'm like doing like more like an afternoon swim. And so I'm like, I'm not going to shower
Until
if
the
I'm going to go swim, you know? And
At
so
what cost? No, zero cost.
Literally.
I haven't showered yet because I haven't ran.
I'm just, see? And then I have like the crustiest eyelids just in general. Like they get so dry.
Yum.
Have we talked about this? Maybe. When I was getting my makeup done in
Eye
Spain.
cream?
I think I have like a little bit of eczema on my eyelids, and so they just like burn. And then like when I was in Spain, the makeup girl was like, when I was getting my wedding makeup done for my friend's wedding, she's like, "You have like really flaky eyelids," and I was like, "I know, bitch." I was like, "I can't
I'm
do anything
sorry.
about it."
I'm
like,
sorry. She's told you had flaky eyelids. First of all,
I mean,
I don't think you do.
her-
You know,
oh,
I
do.
understand the dryness.
The skin falls off. But I like love doing a fake lash. Like I'm actually kind of good at putting them on, which is
You are?
yeah.
That's
I'm like
a
not good
skill.
at makeup. It is a skill, but like
You should have put that in the hidden talents episode.
I should have. But the glue, you know, like I do like a little. It's like a mascara glue kind of. So you put like, and then you stick the eyelash on, and then put on like another thing after. But the glue, like I don't. If you're listening, if you're makeup people, tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to use to get the glue off, because I take the eyelashes off and I'm like scrubbing my face with like makeup remover, and like
Maybe
I'm like
lotion.
sleeping. Oh, it's still on there, and then last night my eyes were like stuck together when I was sleeping, and then now my like eyelids all swollen and burns. So
you
that's my
can't
day.
see.
Can't see.
Have you ever tried the magnetic lashes?
Okay, I haven't, and I'm curious about those. Have you?
Yes. Well, one, I'm so bad at putting on eyelashes. Two, Carolyn just opened a beer for anyone. No, I'm kidding. And
like
Alani
9
knew of. What flavor,
and a
by the
beer.
way?
Can you imagine?
Girl breakfast.
Just crack a little bit of Coors.
Wait, what flavor before I go on with magnetic lash?
Dream Float. It's like orange creamsicle. It's so fucking good.
That sounds absolutely delectable, even though I just drank a large coffee. I highly recommend magnetic lashes. The only thing is you can reuse them, but I lose them. So
Yeah,
I've only tried it like once.
I'm curious, and I guess technically you can reuse. Like I just use the like Ardell Wispies or whatever, and like apparently you can just reuse them and you peel them off. I never do, but like the only time I wear them is if I'm like drinking, and so usually I'll like rip them off and just like throw them somewhere. And
Like your period cup.
Yeah, I can't find them, but I'm like, oh my God, is that a spider? And it's like, no, that's like your fake eyelash.
Yeah, it does look like a spider.
So scary.
By the way, last night Dav was out of town, and yeah,
No.
you know where this is going.
No. I know where it's
looked
going.
up and I saw like a black thing on the wall.
Nope.
And I had a moment where I was like, if I just ignore it, maybe I'll forget that there's a spider in the house.
That's couldn't be me. I couldn't forget.
You couldn't
in the back of my mind. Well, you just you didn't forget because you're talking about it right now.
And don't tell Dav, but I didn't kill it. So I'm just living in fear. Honestly, I think Napa would eat it.
Probably
before
it
killed me.
I like to think that about our spiders here.
Your cats.
I think I talked about this on the podcast with Jordan. Doesn't like to kill them. He said they're not hurting anyone, so he tries to like catch and release.
An environmental king.
They're just so scary to me. And then he's like, I don't know why you're so scared. And I'm like, I don't know, Jordan. It's an irrational fear for a reason. I think it's like a learned thing. You know, like my mom was so scared of them. Nature versus nurture.
100%. Like snakes.
Yeah, like no one, I mean, to be fair, Ohio doesn't really have many snakes. So I think maybe that's why I'm not as scared of them. And I'm like, but California has snakes that can kill you. And I'm just like, oh, a snake. You know?
Legit. And how are you supposed to know
Legit.
the difference? It's like, is there red on it? I'm like, I don't know. It's orange. Hold on. I think Napa just threw up. Do you mind if I check?
Oh, that's fine. Oh, Napa.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that.
Did she throw
No
up?
puke. No puke, but she just, she made that like that. Also, I'll open a carbonated beverage. But anyway, so how was the wedding last night? Carolyn went to a Thursday wedding.
I went to a Thursday wedding, and my wedding was on a Thursday. And then now everyone's wedding is on a Thursday. Allison's was on a Wednesday, but then this one's Thursday. My cousin's getting married on a Thursday. I'm like, guys, like, stop copying me. But like, I'll make a case for it. I thought Thursday was good for me because it was in Santa Barbara, and so it was like everyone has to go out of town, so you might as well just take off Friday and then have a 4-day weekend.
Absolutely.
So this one though was in LA, kind of. It was like in Fallbrook, which is kind of near Temecula.
Wine.
Yes, it was at a winery, but I don't have like a lot of PTO with all my trips. And so I was like, I'll just like have to make it work. So we drove down yesterday afternoon and then drove back after the wedding. But Jordan like didn't really like, he drank like a couple drinks at cocktail hour and then that was it. And then I
waited
wasn't even
it out.
like, yeah. And I was fine. Like I also had like a couple drinks at cocktail and then I ate a ton of food, which
Was
like,
the food good?
It was pretty good. And then they had ice cream. They had like a gelato stand and
love
a
donut
and
wall.
They did not have a donut wall. They had, it was like a coffee, like an actual coffee truck came in, but they like set up a little like a cafe in the like dance floor room. It was so cute. I was like, this is a great idea.
Love that.
It was
Little,
so fun.
like espresso bar.
Yeah, and they had, the drinks were so fucking good. I got this like dulce de leche latte, like a hot latte, and I was like tearing it up on the dance floor. But I was like all caffeinated, and I was like, okay, it's like 8:30 p.m.
Caffeine plus wine equals
a
good time.
Good time, and
plus pooping
then,
probably.
Yeah, fair. And the wedding ended at 10, which was great because I was like, okay, because it was like an hour and a half drive back, and then got home at midnight, and then I fell asleep immediately. But it was just now today I don't feel hungover. I feel like insanely tired. Like I could just die. I'm like, let me just, like, I don't want to do anything.
I mean, that's 100% fair. You know what I mean?
Fair. That was way past my bedtime.
And you're supposed to run and swim today? LOL.
Yeah. So here's the tea. I was supposed to swim yesterday. And then I don't really have, like, I didn't have time. You know, I was like, had to get ready for the wedding and stuff. And then I looked at the road, like the pool's like schedule. And like normally they have like 10 lanes open. But then 3 of them, they were like closed for an event. So there's only 7 lanes available to swim. And I was like, hell no, it's going to be crowded as hell. And then Friday, the pool's long course, which.
Okay, I am such a long course fan.
Most people
someone
are.
Who literally doesn't swim ever. Because when you're doing a kick turn, is it kind of like dancing to you?
A flip turn. Yeah. No.
I always say it
You guys do that. No, dancing. I just kind of, and then.
Yeah, but like it's, when I was like, okay, this is terrible. Okay. I was going to make a barista comparison when I was like a barista, like the movements like jazz.
You're moving and grooving.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're moving and grooving. I feel like the flip turn is like bada bing, bada bang, and you got to do it more often.
That's fair.
With a short course.
I think the difference is if you're like a good swimmer with a fast flip turn, it's just like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I think for me, it's because you're flip turning more. It makes it like more interesting. You know what I mean? Like when I'm doing long course, I just get so fucking bored because the pool is so long and I'm like, oh my God, we're not even fucking at the wall yet. And it's harder because flip turns make it easier because you're not like just swimming the whole time. You know, it breaks it up. But also,
I
there's
didn't
just
even think of that.
And you're sharing a lane with people, which we all know I don't like. We talked about it.
Don't touch her.
Anyway, tea. I don't know.
Is that
Still
tea?
drunk. No.
Lukewarm. Yeah, still drunk. At least you have your hair of the
Still
dog, Alani knew.
Yeah, I get my Lonnie new. So,
We love.
yeah, wedding was good. Don't have another wedding for like 3 months now.
You have a lot of weddings right now. I only have, I think, one wedding this year planned.
Yeah. Last year was just me, which was important. That was a big wedding, my own wedding. And then Jordan's sister. So like it was only two, but they were like big ones. And then next year, my brother's getting married in April.
Oh my God.
My younger brother. I know. And then
The French teacher.
The French teacher. Bonjour. Well, the next one, I think we talked about this too, but it's like, I did talk about this on podcast, I'm pretty sure, but it's the one in San Jose, the Thursday before Santa Cruz 70.3. So it like all worked out. And then the whole family's going to be there. And I'm like, you guys are all coming to the race.
Oh my God, it did work out.
It did.
Okay. I love when a race falls right before another event. It sucks balls when it falls directly after.
The race does fall after the wedding.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not directly after, but the wedding's Thursday and the race is Sunday. So there's a couple days of recovery, but it's like I can't really drink. That'll be fine,
fair.
Though. But it is kind of a bummer.
That's LOL. Okay. For some reason, I thought, oh yeah, it's not in Mormontown. It wouldn't be on a Saturday, and then obviously the wedding.
Oh, that would be. Can you imagine if like the race was Saturday and then the wedding was that night? That would be so fun. I'd probably be so tired, but
that'd be so.
But like
fun.
the vibes would be. That'd be immaculate.
Or wedding the next day. You know what I mean?
Even better.
That'd be even better. That'd be the ideal.
That would be the ideal.
Like planning a trip. It's like you have a race.
Exactly.
Then you have the event after. I remember before the Montreal Marathon, Dov had a game, and I had my friends visiting, Kim and Todd, and they love going to soccer games. And so they're really excited about it. But the game was like the night before the race, and the game started at 7:30 and was over at like 10:30. So I'm like, we can't stay the whole time.
No.
You know?
Yeah. I know it's tough. I don't like doing anything before. It'll be interesting. But it is like 3 days before. So I'm like, I could have like
totally. Yeah, you'll be around like loved ones. It will be fun.
Yeah.
You'll eat good food, you know, maybe have a glass of wine, whatever.
And they opened, so as you guys know too, with St. George, I like missed it, like sold out. Remember, I was like on a wait list for the pros. And then I've been like on that fucking pro schedule, like refreshing every day, twice a day. And they opened it up yesterday for Santa Cruz. So I emailed them and I was like, give me that registration link. And they're like, okay. So I think we're good. Except for I went to go register and it was like all fucked up. And I'm like,
oh my God.
This morning. And I was like, maybe it's because I'm like hungover. I'm not hungover. I don't know. I like tried to register and it was like registration is $500. And I was like, it should be free because I already paid
the package thing because you're a pro.
Yeah. So I already bought like one of those. And then because I was like signed up for Chattanooga and then pulled out because I was doing St. George. And then they're like, great, you can use that towards another registration. And I was like, cool. And then I like went to do it and it was like $500. And I was like, hold on. So I haven't actually registered yet, but
emailing up the yin yang to make sure you're like, just so you know, I tried. I'm going to get in. I'm not going to get waitlisted here. Buddy boy.
And they're going to be like, Carolyn, you've done this many times. You should know by now. And I'll be like, my brain isn't functioning at 100%, but maybe I'm just a fucking idiot. It's fine.
You know what? I was looking at CIM right now because I was kind of like, maybe I registered because I don't have my friend Kim is she's doing Honolulu and she's like, I'd have a room with them if I did it. So I'm just kind of like, but racing in Hawaii would be so humid and I think it would be a fun race, but it wouldn't be like, I can't go all out. So I was kind of like, yeah. And CIM is amazing. I went on the website and they're all full. I've never seen this before, except for it's like I guess some races do this, but like you have to pay, it's like $500. You have to pay X amount of money for the race. And then you have to pay $200 more for charity. And I'm just like,
it's like a charity entry.
I don't know. I
but
haven't
like
seen
interesting
because
usually like charity entries are like, you have to raise like $2,500 and you might not even be paying anything. I mean, you probably donate yourself, but like, that's interesting.
It was just kind of like a lot of money. And I was kind of like, well, I assume when I sign up for a race that a portion of the proceeds go towards a charity. You know what I mean?
So. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of races do that. So I'm just kind of like, $500 is kind of a lot to ask.
Was that for CIM or Honolulu?
CIM.
Damn.
I know.
That's interesting. I've heard great things about that race.
Oh, we got a DM from a listener with a snare.
Tell me.
Do you know what that stands for? I just wanted
a scenario.
Yeah, okay, just making sure we're on the same page.
I was like, I hope I'm right. I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot.
What the heck? I just opened because I took a screenshot of it. I just I just opened my photos, my photo album, and it went to pics from 2020.
Huh.
And
What was
I was
Michelle
trying to
doing
teach
back then?
myself how to shuffle.
Classic
So
COVID.
embarrassing.
Classic 2020 behavior.
Did you do that too?
I literally can't learn like any dances. I like tried to learn one TikTok dance and I couldn't.
You're a great dancer.
Thank you. But I can't.
We should do TikTok
learn
dance the
dances.
next time we meet up.
That would be
just
so. Oh,
people.
there's
Like a really serious one. Like,
yeah.
what do you mean?
That's why I can't. I don't know. I can't learn dances. I'm like, if they're like, you move your hand here and your hip, I can't like do it. There's like a disconnect between my brain and my
Make up your
body.
own. Oh, that's
Okay, I like
hilarious.
that.
And I feel like you just had a bad experience.
Nah, maybe I've tried though. Anyway, I have tried.
That was my entire childhood, like making up dances. Okay. Anyway, so this is super important. Becky says, okay, I have a very important question. Hold on,
Shout
let
out
me
to
burp
Becky.
real fast. Sorry, it's guttural. It's like coming up.
And then,
you know.
yeah,
I'm
I got
drinking
you. I love
sparkling
Becky.
water. Me too. I ran on a multi-use trail system. That sounds really technical. Running, walking, cycling, blading, whatever else. And I ran on the right side of the yellow line that split the path. Okay. Right?
Okay.
Tracking. Normal.
I can fit. Yeah.
A multi-use trail system. Love. Okay. A lady was walking the opposite way into me. And she
Nope.
yelled, okay, I can't handle this already.
I hate
and
her
she
already.
yelled at me for being on the wrong side because I wouldn't know if a cyclist was coming towards me. I have never, all caps, heard of being on the opposite side of a multi-use path as a runner walker. The road, yes, totally get that and do that. What's the etiquette here? I'm pretty sure I laughed at her.
I think Becky's got me stumped here. I was gonna say, yeah, on the road, if there's like no sidewalk, you're supposed to ride or run on the opposite side of the
opposite.
road, so you can see that for like safety reasons. But like, okay, I'm like the multi-use trail I'm envisioning is the one in Santa Monica, like on the beach. The
Totally.
the
like a
Marvin
bike
Broad.
path. Sitch.
Yeah. But like
What's
that
it
one
called?
is kind of the Marvin Broad bike path.
I've never heard that before, and I'm so intrigued. Love that.
We don't
Anyway.
know who he is. He's probably somebody. That one's
Probably like
the
John
same
Wayne.
thing though. It's like, but it's not like it is. I guess it is multi-use, but there's like a designated like the middle is like the cyclists, and then the outside's the runners. But like, yeah, if you go to that bike trail, no one's running on the left. That's weird. Everyone's on the right. So no, I think Becky's in the right, and that lady's a psycho. Also,
It's
she was just
so weird
walking.
that that woman had that opinion. You know what I mean? Like, if no one else is there,
Just
like,
walk around her. Get out of the way.
yeah,
That's crazy.
Also, for instance, if like a ton of bikes were coming behind me,
yeah,
and I saw them coming like from a distance, I would move over to the left and let them stay in the right lane. But if for some reason they got really close, I would just go over as much as I can to the right.
Yeah.
And they go by me. Would you do that too?
yeah, I think so.
I feel like it's kind of like you just kind of judge. Like,
Yeah, I know. I guess I've
There's-
never like thought about it. It is natural. It just happens in the moment.
it happens in the moment. Or if you have a dog
She's-
that pulls you to one side, you just go
Right.
as far to the one side as you can.
And you said that the woman was walking and Becky was running.
Yeah.
Huh.
So the walking, like,
I feel like
I
the
don't
walker
know.
should
I feel
just
like
yield to Becky. Just get the fuck out of the way. Why do you need to yell? You know, we don't need to yell
she
at
called her a
anyone.
lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you call someone a lady, you mean business
Hey,
against
lady.
that person.
Yeah.
Hey, lady,
Yeah.
listen up.
Listen up.
So the etiquette is just do whatever your gut is telling you to do,
Guess.
gutturally speaking.
I think another thing I would say is kind of just okay, here's a thought. Go with the flow of traffic. I think if you like come to the bike trail and everyone's walking on the left, I guess just walk on the left. I don't know. Like when you go to a high school track, sometimes I show up to the track I go to.
Yeah.
And I don't really care which way I run. I've just like if people are already seem to be walking in one direction, that's the direction I'll run. One time I was at the track.
Totally.
And so the track I go to for some reason puts this like a like when you're leaving a parking garage and they've got like the arm. They've got one of those over like the inside 4 lanes of the track, because they don't want people like
Interesting.
running on them. Like they'll put it up for like the high school students, but for some reason for like the general public, like in the mornings and stuff. I don't know why. But anyway, so there's really only like 4 lanes to run in. And there's this one fucking lady. Not that I go to the track that often, but like 2 of the times I've been there, a lady. Some fucking lady. So that means I mean business. She's like an old lady and walking. And I'm like doing like an actual, like a workout. And like there's some other people running and stuff. And I'll be on like the most inside lane I can do without that fucking arm thing.
Of course.
Which is like the 5th lane. And she'll be like just walking the opposite way of everybody.
On the
won't
5th
get out of
lane?
my way. Yeah, she like won't move.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, what if I just ran right into you? I should. That'd be funny. Just like bam.
Wouldn't be the first old person you ran into.
Wouldn't be the first old person. But I'm like,
But that's crazy. The etiquette there is like walkers go as far to the outside lane as possible.
Yep. Yeah.
Or like as
it's
far away
weird.
from the runners, you know?
Or just like walk the same direction as everybody too. Because now I gotta like, I don't know.
That's
you're fucking
crazy.
weird, lady.
Yeah. To
crazy.
go the opposite. Also at tracks, like I agree with you to always go like the direction that the people are going because like that's like insane behavior to not. But some tracks even have like, I remember, I think my high school track, maybe I'm making this up, had a sign that was like, okay, I think Napa's killing the spider, by the way. If you were
Oh,
here
good.
making
God
some
bless.
ruckus. Yeah, God bless.
Thank God.
She's
I was wondering, I could hear like little paws on the floor back there.
Hey, Napa, let's be easy about it, okay? But okay, my high school track, I'm pretty sure had a sign that was like Monday, Wednesday, you go this way. Tuesday, Thursday, you go that way.
Oh, interesting.
Friday, it's free for all, I guess. But no, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Who's texting me?
Who knows?
Oh, it's my coach. I was
Your coach texted you?
Yeah, I okay, throwback to it. Like every week in the last like 3 weeks, you know how every episode I'm like, guys, I'm gonna do Circle of Doom this weekend, and then we never end up doing it.
Yeah,
which is that
we
one
keep on
bike
saying
ride.
we're gonna do things.
I
Like
know.
me saying I'm gonna do that segment.
Right. The Circle of Doom's tough because it's like it really depends on the weather. You know, if it's like super windy or like super hot or whatever, it's like you can't do it. And tomorrow's looking fire. And so I texted my coach and I was like, do you mind if I do something fucking wild? Because I have a race next weekend, but it's a short one. But I was just like, can I do this crazy fucking ride tomorrow? And he's like, have fun. I was like, thank you.
Wait, what's the race next weekend again?
Oh, yeah. It's the San Diego International Triathlon, which I guess this will be coming out the Tuesday right before the race. So it is an Olympic distance for those who are listening and don't know what that is. It is, well, this is different. Usually an Olympic is a 1,000-meter swim, a 40K bike, a 10K run, right? However, in this race, for some godforsaken fucking reason, they shorten the swim and the bike, which are the two things that I like the most. So it's like a 750 swim, I think, and then the bike is like maybe 30K, and then the run is still 10K. I'm like, guys, the run is the worst part. Why are we? What are we doing?
Wait, that's so confusing.
Yeah, so it's like kind of weird because I know, is it? And then it's like weird because then you like know, like I know what my Olympic time should be, but then this one it's like weird, and it's just like I have no goal because I'm like, yeah, this isn't
How do
like
you
any
even
race
know?
distance. Yeah, it's like, how do I know?
Like racing a 10-miler, I'm like, I have no idea how I'd pace it.
Is that? But this one, it's like I've done it before, literally so many times. I'm like, I should know based off of every other year I've done it. So, but it's fun. It's got a pro field, but it doesn't. So one year I did it as a pro. I was the only one. I was the only pro.
First place,
Another
baby.
year, I got first, guys. I podiumed. I got a picture up on the first pro race. And then the next one was, I think maybe the next 2 years there were 2 pros. And then last year there were 3. So,
Oh my God.
we'll see about this
Maybe
year.
this
But
year there'll be 4.
wait, also, maybe there will be. I have no idea. I'm so excited. It's just a fun race. And it's easy because it's in San Diego. But I don't think I told you this.
Oh my God.
This girl that I know who's a triathlete in San Diego, she reached out and she's like, my friend has a paragliding company, and he's like looking for influencers to just like do the paragliding and just like make a reel.
Post
pay or
race,
anything.
right?
Yeah. He's like, just let me know if you're in San Diego anytime, like you can do it. And I was like, well, I'll be there for the race. And he's like, well, depending on the weather, like we can probably do it. And I'm so fucking
wait.
scared.
Is that
Yeah.
the thing where you go like super fucking high in the air?
You know, honestly, let me look. Because I can't remember. Because I was talking to someone about this on my bike ride, and then he's like, I would never go hang gliding. And I was like, what's the difference? Hold on.
Okay, let me try to guess. Hang gliding is when you're hanging from
It's like a
something.
boat. Yeah.
And then
What's the guy's-
paragliding. What para?
He said, you might be interested in grabbing a tandem flight. So that means that I'd be attached to someone who's like a
Legit.
professional. Torrey Pines glider port. It's tandem paragliding, which I think is the one where you jump off of a cliff.
What? Would you do it with Jordan? Or no, a pro?
No, I asked to. I was like, oh, and Jordan thought it would be like fun, but then he's like, anyone who comes with you would have to pay, and it's like $300.
Okay,
So.
I'm sorry. This does not sound up. You said that you don't like doing anything.
I don't know. Now I'm
She's
scared.
showing it
Now
on the video.
I'm
You
really
don't like you don't like that stuff, according to
I
3 episodes
don't.
ago, when you said you don't do anything risky.
I was like probably envisioning. I think
How do
maybe
you
I was thinking,
record a
the one where
reel?
you're on the back of a boat and it's like the same thing, but you're just like, it's like attached to a string on a boat, and then you like, I don't know what that one's
string.
called. It's just like a
It's
little
a
piece
string.
of floss. It's just a little
It's
string.
like a kite string, just like. Wait, that looks fun as though.
I'm scared. You're right. I don't want. I would never ever. I would never.
Do you
What's it
get
called
paid?
when you jump out of a plane? Skydive.
I mean,
I would
that's giving.
never-
That's scarier than skydiving, right there.
I'm like, maybe I don't. Maybe I won't do it. Maybe I'll just like not respond. Forget. I'll be like, oh my
The
god,
price
I
is
forgot.
right.
I don't. That's true. I'll be like, maybe you can pay me, but now that I'm watching it, I'm kind of scared.
I mean, that'd be kind of a sick ending to a recap, a weekend
To my
recap.
life.
How did I get here? And it's like,
It's the sick ending to my life.
You're up in the sky.
That actually is a great real idea. It's like that like record scratch, and it's like you're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. It's just like me like fucking
Yes.
dying on a pair. Yeah. Well, you guys you'll see, I guess, if I do it or not. So
Intrigue.
yeah. Oh my god, I never responded to your text about the heat maps.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
No,
so
I
sorry.
was trying to figure out
figure it out?
if people no, but it's fine. I looked up. Okay, so I found a track. Shout out to the tracks. Shout out to the
Yeah.
tracks and fields. And I
Yes.
was wondering what time people go to the track because school's
Oh.
still in session right now.
Let me tell you.
And oh my god, tell me.
Okay, so that wouldn't really be heat maps. So heat maps, okay, first of all, if you're looking, if you go on Strava homepage, you have to go do it on the computer, not the phone. There's a lot of things
Oh,
that you can't do
well,
on
there
the
we
Strava
go.
app. That's the first step. So you
That's a
go
thing.
on your computer and then you go to
Desktop.
strava.com, log in, and then you go to maps.
Oh, I have to log in. I don't know my password. I'm screwed. I'm just kidding. Okay,
that's a
sorry.
problem.
Wait, so you log in then what?
You log in on the computer, and then there's just like a button that says like maps, I think. And then under that, you can pick like, it'll take you to the map, like where you are or whatever. And then you can pick like running or cycling or whatever. And then there's like a layer for heat maps. So that's just shows you where the most popular areas are. What you're looking for, Michelle, is segments. And so there's under maps still, there's like a segment button. I think that's another layer. And so you would turn on segments, and then it'll show up like each segment's like red. So some of them are like really long and some are like short. And so typically like any high school track will be a segment, I think. So you just like zoom in on the track you want to go to and then click on the segment. And then
Can you do that on phone?
No.
Okay.
It's like
keep
all
going.
the computer, which is so annoying. And then under that, I mean, actually you might be able to search for a segment. I need to look.
Because I want to stalk people and see what time they're on the track, you know?
Yeah. So what you would do is you would go, I don't know, I'll have to check if you can do it on your phone, but you'd go to the segment of the track and then you look at there's like leaderboards. So there's like all time and then there's like this year. So that's what I do. I go to like this. I don't think you can like filter it down more to like this week, but I'll do this year. And then I'll just scroll through all the people who've ran the track this year and then try to find dates that are close. So it'll be like June 1st. But the problem is sometimes people hide the start time of their runs, and that pisses me off because I'm like, but then I'll find their name in the segment, and then I'll go on my phone's Strava app, and I'll go to their profile on my phone because then
This is so
see the start. Yeah.
detailed.
It's really
3 hours
detailed.
later.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I'll go to
But it's worth it.
But I think like that's interesting that school's still in session. By the way,
In sesh. I know. I'm pissed.
that's crazy. It's like fucking July.
It seems way too late. I know. It's like 2 more weeks. And it's like, of course, I get the urge to do a track workout right now. But I'm like, if I go early enough,
Yeah.
I think
Oh
it's
yeah.
okay.
I go like
Like
if I'm
6
doing a
a.m.?
track workout, yeah, I'll try to get there around like 6. And then I'll generally be like, I mean, I don't know the Canada, what they're doing, but the only time, like by the time I'm leaving, there's still like no one. But sometimes there'll be like a sport team,
Yeah,
like the
I'm so
football
scared
team
of
comes
that.
out and I'm like, fuck, but they don't care. Like
You just have to act like you own the place.
that's what I did. And I was like, there were other people running, like old people, the old lady who was walking the wrong
Oh,
way. We were all
love.
walking, and like the football coach didn't say anything. And I was like, if he wanted me to leave, he would just be like, can you leave? But they weren't using the actual track, they were using the field of the track and field.
I love when they use the field and not the track. I
Love it.
remember, I don't know, a while ago, my running friend Hannah and I, a friend of hers, we had graduated from Cal State Long Beach, and a friend of hers was on the track team, and you need a code to get into the track, and he gave her the code, and so we would. It was it was iconic,
And it's a college track.
and it's a college track, so nice. And we would just go, but like the level of confidence we would have to have
Oh,
to
yeah.
look legit, like
Yeah.
it probably gave it away because we had
It's just like you bought all the gear.
yeah, exactly.
just,
It's
like,
like when
long-
you're too swagged out, it's like a little
They're like-
suspicious.
How? Yeah, like, can we see some ID?
Yeah,
That's-
exactly.
I did that once at Caltech, which, like, let's be honest,
Ooh.
they're a bunch of nerds.
What?
No offense. They're so smart. I mean, all the people at Cal, we talked about this on the podcast, that people who are really smart at like Caltech and JPL and stuff are like insanely good at endurance sports. But like
Yeah.
the sport teams at Caltech maybe aren't, I don't know. Maybe they're good.
We'll
But
have to look it up.
they've got
Call
like,
us
a
out in the
pool.
comments.
Yeah, call us out. My friend went there. He's not there anymore, but he like helped me. He like lied and was
Oh.
like, she's my wife, and then got me like a guest pass, and then I got to
Kissed you on the lips.
pool.
Yeah, starts making out with you. This is my wife. You're like, whoa, whoa,
He's
whoa.
like, whoa. Yeah, but I got to use the track and their pool and stuff, and like literally
Wow.
not a soul on the track. I mean, the track wasn't like that nice. It was fine.
Where is Caltech?
It's in Pasadena. It's like kind of in like the middle, like near not kind of near Old Town. It's a pretty campus, and the pool was great. The track was fine. I can't really remember what it looked like. I don't even think they have like a football field or anything. I think it was just a track.
Why don't you go there anymore?
He only could like, I think I had
He
to
got a
pay,
divorce.
and it was like hard. He doesn't live here anymore. But I was like, I felt so illegal. I was like, I should not.
So illegal.
Like, I feel like I was breaking the law.
I know.
But I was like, I was like, I own the place. So then I was like trying to get to the pool then, because you'd like walk through the, like where the locker rooms are and stuff. And I was like so confused. And I was like, I was like walking into the shower as I was like,
yeah.
it's like naked people. I'm like, oh yeah, this is where I was supposed to be.
Is the pool over here? Oh yeah, I know that. I know that. I'm just
Just
turning
like
around.
running into the wall.
Tee-hee.
It's fine. So
Love. Yeah, the confidence you have to go to a track. It's just so nice when other people are out there. Also, you feel like a badass
Yes.
because you're running fast and you have an audience.
that's true. I love it when there's people there. Right. Because then you're like, I can be here. I've made that reel. You've seen it. It was like in the fall. It's pinned on my profile, and it was like playing the Mission Impossible theme song, and it was like,
Oh yeah,
does it feel
this
like
one we
using a
became
public
friends, I think we did the track.
it's
yeah.
I said it always feels like I'm breaking the law when I use a high school track, and I got 261,000 likes. This one.
So people relate to it.
People relate, and it's like dark, like in the morning, and people are getting in like legitimate fights in the comments, like, it's because it's trespassing. That's why it feels legal. And I'm like, are you fucking stupid? If I was trespassing and breaking law, you think I'd post it on my fucking Instagram? Idiot. But no, you can use public tracks. That's why they're called public. But sometimes I show up because I use like the same track every time. And like last time I went, you have to like go through a gate and then walk all the way around. And then there's like another gate and then the track. And there was a lock. And like, that's the problem with the tracks. It's like, what if you show up at 6 a.m.?
Yeah, wasting your
I'm like, the
damn
trauma.
time. You gotta climb
wasting your
it.
goddamn time. So
Gotta climb the
I get
fence.
there. It's a tall gate. I was literally like, I'm gonna climb this, because there was like a lock. I literally just like pulled the lock. It wasn't even locked. It was just like looked like it was locked. I just like pulled it and then went in, and there were already people in there. I
Already
was like,
people
thank
in
God.
there?
Yeah, I was like, so one of these bitches put the lock back on to make it look like it was closed.
It's so
Can't fool
offensive
me.
to lock tracks. I'm sorry.
No, it is.
It's
And
so offensive.
sometimes like in the summer, they be doing like work on the turf and stuff because like the kids aren't in school, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll show up. There's a really nice high school. I mean, where my job is in
Pasadena?
Kansas City.
Oh,
In Kansas City, like really close to the hotel I stay at. And so I'll tell my coach, I'll be like, so there's a track nearby if you want me to do like a track workout. Every fucking time I try to use that track and I know it's public, it's locked. They're like, we're doing turf restoration. And I'm like, motherfucker. So what am I supposed to do now? Anyway.
it makes me so mad. Makes me angry.
So mad.
But I'm
like,
excited to go back to the track soon.
Yeah, that is fun. Yeah, so do my Strava thing. I think if you just show up at like 6 a.m.,
it should be okay.
it should be fine. But if you do my Strava thing, you can get like a general consensus if like there's a lot of people using that track. So,
oh, you know what? I'll follow
do
up because I will do
Follow
that
up.
and I will check and then record how long I'll like map it on Garmin to see how long it actually takes to see if
To do
anyone
that.
is on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should leave our lists for next episode. And I was hoping to discuss with you. So this comes up a lot in social media, pausing your Garmin during a workout. And I do it sometimes for certain scenarios. And so I figure we should like talk out when we pause our watch.
Absolutely. So I'll talk about two. I'll talk about swimming and running. So swimming.
Yes.
Apparently, I guess Garmin, I mean, not apparently, it does, but it has an auto stop and start feature. So when you're like swimming, I don't trust it, which is dumb because
mine's
sometimes
always
I'll
off.
literally.
Is yours on?
That's the thing. You can turn that setting off, but like I got this new watch, I had to get it replaced and like I forgot to turn it. So it's like kind of annoying because I'll be like at the wall moving around and my watch is like, oh, you're swimming. And then it'll be like, start. I'm like, well, I'm not swimming. So every time I like come to the wall, I press the like stop start button when I'm swimming. Some people will find that controversial, I think.
Interesting.
And then when
I've never thought of that for swimming because the auto stop makes so much sense for swimming. For running, not as much. IMO.
Yeah, for swimming, I do think it works on the Garmin. I think it works super well. I just like I got into this habit of pressing that button when I get to the wall and again when I leave the wall. Yeah. And so I think that's just how I'm gonna live my life.
Wait. With swimming, do you time your rest, right?
Yeah, and that's a nice thing too. Is like when you get to you're not like stopping the workout. You're like hitting the
lapping
button.
it. Okay, yeah. So you can like
so it
see
knows
your
you're
rest.
not swimming. Yep, and then it shows you your rest, which is nice too. But it should do that even if it's on like auto pause or whatever. And then running, I will say. Okay. So running's different. I don't do lap. I do like completely stop it. I will pause my watch every single time. Obviously, I'm like at a stop light, like a crosswalk.
Same. Yeah.
But like this is controversial, guys.
Okay, I'm so excited to hear.
If I need to walk, if I'm dying, which is like a lot. Sometimes you're just dying. So if I need to stop, like if I like walk, I will pause my watch, which some people don't. They'll be like, "Oh my god, like I don't believe in pausing my watch when I walk." And I'm like, "Well, I do because I want my pace to look good." Can't be looking. Yeah.
No, I feel like
guys,
if it's an easy run and I don't have like pace defined and like, I mean, obviously I'm stopping at a stoplight, like you stopping at a stop sign. Like that's stupid to keep it going.
Yeah.
Like, why? At what cost? When Napa poops, I will pause it. But if it's an easy run and like I don't really care, like the pace goals don't really matter, and I want to like take a walk break which I mean doesn't really happen unless I have like a side ache or something.
Right.
Then I'll pause it because I don't really care about the run.
Mm-hmm.
But lately during speed workouts, if I want to like, I used to be a little bit different, but I've changed this one up. During speed workouts, I will, if there's like a set goal, set whatever, and like set time for rest, I will keep my watch going the entire time. So like, even if like my rest interval is like more of a walk, I kind of want to like see how I like paced it out, you know? Like if I was able to like run it or walk it or I don't know. It gives me like a little bit more, which kind of sucks though, because some runs that's like when you are walking a little bit because it's like a fast speed workout, it really does mess up your overall average pace at the end. And then you're just like, oh, that's so frustrating because I was going so fast, quote unquote, in like the, the running segments. But lately I've been doing that, but I don't know. It's hard because it's like you want to time your rest. You know what I mean?
So now that you said that, I feel think I'm gonna change.
like,
Okay, during interval workouts, it's different. So
yeah, different
my
types.
coach, it's like built into my. So this is interesting. I don't know if so he builds like a run workout in Training Peaks. So like an interval workout gets built into Training Peaks, and then it shows up on my watch. And so my watch tells me how much time I have left in my warm up. It'll like tell me like next interval starting, and then it'll start the next interval. It's kind of annoying though, because if I'm going slow, it'll be like, your pace is low, bitch. And like it keeps saying it. And I'm like, I can't run faster.
Does it give you like a
Yeah. Like a
Do you know-
radar.
what am I doing?
what you're
I'm
talking
doing
about?
a hang loose sign. It doesn't give you like a be within a 7:30 to 7:40.
Yeah.
And so
So I
when
have,
you
like,
go
a
below it,
range.
it's like speed
Yeah.
up or like slow down. Okay.
Yep.
The range, yeah.
So then when I have like a rest period in between, the watch is like timing it like a 2-minute rest. And so I can't stop my watch because I guess I do keep and I'll walk some of those rest intervals too, or run really slow. So and I don't stop the watch. So I guess you're right. But like the other day, my interval workout last week, my pace was like 8 minutes even for like, I was like, fuck. Cause I was,
You want to be 7:59.
I was like, man, I wanted to be sub 8, but like my fucking rest intervals were too slow. So it messed up my average pace. But
That's
people
hilarious that you just said that, because I think about that too. When I have like a really fast workout and like my warm up was like, maybe like moderately fast, but like still slow enough to be a workout,
Right.
Or to be a warm up, I'll get to the cool down and I'll look at my average pace overall for the run and I'm like, wait a minute, it's so fast. If I just did my cool down fast, it would be fast. And I'm like, that takes
Right.
away. It's just like so controversial in the brain. You know what I mean?
in the
I'm like,
yeah.
just go as slow as
No,
I
I
need to
get
for the
it.
cool down.
I get it.
But
I do
get
my
it
cool
too.
downs kind of fast sometimes too, just for that reason. People also talk about on social media a lot on the same topic. They talk about the elapsed time police, where if you guys don't know the difference between like actual time versus elapsed time. So like if you're running and I'm like doing like a long run, like an hour 20 long run, but then I'm stopping my watch at each stoplight or whatever. Elapsed
fill
time
up
is
your
like
water
the
bottle.
whole time from like the start to the finish, including the time you've paused your watch. So like even if my run was an hour 20, my elapsed time could be like an hour 30 if I had like 10 minutes of stoppage time. And like apparently, I didn't know about this, but people are like elapsed time police, where they like go into your Strava because you can see that.
These are the heart rate people too. Like they're the same. One of
the same. They're like, oh, her run was really fast, but look at her elapsed time. It's just like, who the fuck cares? But also like, you don't know. What if there were a lot of stoplights?
Yeah.
What if they had?
You're still
cramp?
running those segments. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's even harder to get. Sorry, I just got a weird text. Sometimes it's even harder to get back into a running pace after stopping.
Yeah. No,
you know what
it
I
is.
mean?
It is. So those people
get out of here.
Get out of here. But it's just funny because like I didn't know those people existed, and then I saw people talking about it on Instagram a bunch, and I was like, that's crazy. People are
wild. And it's like sometimes I do feel good when I love a run where it's like you don't have to pause at all. It like just works out to where like I didn't hit the light, so I'm good. I don't have Napa, so I don't have to pick up poop or like, pivot for a squirrel. And I just can like do the whole run and I get home and my elapsed and my whatever time are the same.
Yeah.
It does feel good.
Moving time?
But
I think
moving time?
moving time? Yeah.
In elapsed time. Yeah,
No,
nice.
I'm about to burp too. No, that is a good feeling. It's very satisfying. I will say, I'm not an elapsed time police with cycling, but it is so nice. Like, for example, Circle of Doom. Like my friend Joey does it all the time. And so I always forget how long the ride takes. And it's like, I don't care about my moving time. I'm like, how long am I going to be gone from my home? And so, on a big ride like that, there could be like an hour of elapsed time, but it's like helpful because I'm like, okay, now I know how long I'll be gone. And so I guess I'm the elapsed time police in that instance. Okay, forgive me. Anyway.
That's allowed. That's allowed.
That's allowed.
That's like
guys.
stalking people on the track. No one's more of a stalker on Strava than Carolyn.
That's true.
In the best way possible, though. The fact that you were looking up people in Spain, you're like, she looks nice. She's not going to murder me. Maybe we can be friends.
Like, probably won't get murdered. Yeah. And didn't even see anyone on the trail. So, yeah.
Lol. I was going to bring up hydrox, but maybe we cover that in the next episode. Did we already talk about that?
Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know. I legit can't tell you what we've talked about. I feel
What
like
is
when I listen to
Hyrox?
podcasts though, Hydrox. Oh, Hydrox is like the new age CrossFit.
Oh, Hyrox.
What did I call it?
Hydrox?
Oh, okay. Hyrox. Okay. Okay. Was it that different?
Because Hydrox just sounds like a
Hydrox?
it sounds like a nutrition thing. I think Hydrox
Okay.
is a thing. That sounds like hydration rocks. We should talk about hydro.
I say things
see
wrong all the time. You're like, I know.
Okay, apparently
Um,
hydroxine is a kind of hydrox. It's kind of like medicine or something. That's why I was confused. Obviously, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay, that's just me being dumb.
When you think of
Yeah, we should talk
Hyrox,
about
do you think of the
Hyrox.
people going like this, shink, like pulling
Yeah.
down the things? A shink. I've never.
I
That's
think
the
of-
only thing that scares me about it. I've never pulled down the things before.
I just think of people who are like, I'm a hybrid athlete, and I'm like, so I mean, technically, I guess so am I. I do 3 sports, so
Wait, we
But I
talked
can't
about
lift.
hybrid athletes, right? Didn't we? Like,
probably.
of course. I mean, you're a hybrid athlete.
But I would never. I guess it's. I think like on Instagram, the hybrid athlete's like someone who got into fitness like via strength training, like lifting
that's how it's
girlies, and then
used.
they decided to start running.
Or you can be a gamer, like the reel I posted.
Oh yeah, that reel is so
Stupid.
funny. But yeah,
I'm a
they-
hybrid athlete because I do Pilates.
Oh, see, I
And
think we probably all are
run.
hybrid athletes. We all should put it in our Instagram. If you're a hybrid athlete and you're listening to this, I'm sorry, we're not making fun of you.
I mean, it's but yeah, Hyrox. Not to get confused with the medicine Hydrox. Did you do one?
Hydroxine or something? I don't even know what it is. I don't know. I'm very like we've talked about. I'm weak, and I think Hyrox. It's like so much strength. Like they'd be doing like 100 wall balls with like a heavy fucking like medicine ball.
Could
Like,
be
I
fun to
probably do
train
like
for
5.
in like 2
It
years.
would be kind of
for
fun
you.
to train for. It would give me like a goal of like strength. I will say
You'll do 2 push-ups probably
I'll probably do 2
during the
push-ups.
training. For that, yeah.
I have been feeling. I have been going to the gym kind of consistely.
Yeah,
2 days a
you
week. This week was
have.
only. I only went
Gym
once this
podcast.
week because I went Wednesday and then I was like, I guess I should go today, but like I really don't want to, so I probably
Oh
won't.
my god!
I guess one day a week's fine, right? I went once.
I mean, you do like a full sesh too. Like you do
I do
full
do,
body.
like, in there for, like, an
it's
hour.
like- yeah,
I do
you're
feel
like
I'm
living
getting
your
a lot
life.
stronger though. Yeah,
You look swole. Just she's wearing
you.
a large sweatshirt. It's really hard to tell.
yeah.
But I can like just
yeah.
based on what you've been saying, like I'm proud of you.
Thank you. We'll see how it goes. I've been consistent though, so
You have.
it's been fun. It's been fun.
Maybe your tib won't
Wish
be
I-
tibbing as much.
It's been tibbing so hard the last 2 weeks.
I hate that.
I don't know. I did that my interval. It's like some weeks it's fine. I don't feel it. I'm like, great, she's
Yeah.
healed. It's gonna heal on her own. It's gonna heal on its own, even though it literally
She's
has
healed.
just gotten worse. But it hasn't gotten worse. It's like about the same. It's like baseline.
It's just
kinda
annoying.
hurts all the time. Yeah,
How's your,
and then like
how's your butt? How's your ass bone?
oh, the ass hurts all the time.
My
Literally
ass
all
is
the
hurting
time.
a little bit right
It doesn't
now.
hurt. It's like uncomfortable.
annoying.
It just feels like
Yeah.
tight and it's annoying, and it's been hurting for over a year. And it's just like I don't know. Probably fucking like what's it called when your ass nerves? What's that called?
Quivering.
No. It's like a condition where your nerves and your butt are like messed up. Am I dumb? My brain isn't working. Let me look.
I feel like you're setting
But-
me up for a joke right now, but I like can't think of
No,
anything.
I'm just stupid.
that's gonna work.
Sciatica.
Oh, your
Yeah,
sciatic.
I think it's sciatica.
I feel like you hear that
That's
in
what it
those
is.
commercials with like,
Yeah.
if your sciatic is flaring,
The
get
time.
Hydrox.
Exactly.
It's all related.
It's all related. But yeah, Tib's still tibbing. It didn't hurt last week, and then this week I did my speed workout and it really hurt
Oh, she came
bad.
out
Not while I'm running, just after. And then I'm supposed to run today, and we'll see how that goes. Ugh.
I
Rather
know.
die.
I think I'm gonna do 10 miles today, 8 to 10, and I hope my
Ew.
thingy doesn't flare up either. Anyway, but this was fun. Survived today. You got that swim, you got that
Yes.
run. She's just tired.
Yes.
She's not hungover.
Correct. And then the winner
Oh, the
of
winner.
the
Live
winner
love. Yes.
of the shocks. Also, first of all, you guys, thank you so
Oh.
much because the stories were so nice and I was crying.
Oh.
And then I forgot that I literally forgot about the giveaway. And then we got like tagged in like 3 really nice stories right away. And I was like, oh my God, people are like really loving the podcast. I was like, what's going on? And then I remembered
It's not like
we wanted you guys
to force
to
them
shout us
to
out.
say that we were
We
awesome.
forced them. But thank you guys. It was really nice.
It made us laugh.
The winner is Hannah Couples. Yay.
Woo!
Shout out to Hannah. So
Hannah.
we'll tag you on IG, slide in the DMs. I'll get your address and I'll get those headphones sent out. We'll do another giveaway soon for sure.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe we'll partner with them next time.
That would be really cool. We'll give out like hundreds of them. One for each listener.
Until next.
See you. Oh,
Wait. Why did I say that weird? Don't we say until next time? We'll
don't know.
wait. You always
See
say
you
like you
next
start
Tuesday.
it, but you start it with saying something.
Yeah.
What do you say?
until next time. Is that what I say?
No, you.
I don't know. We'll see you guys
don't
next
know.
Tuesday.
Anyway, okay. Bye.
Bye.